Hey everybody, it's Atheist for the Cause back again, and I just wanted to do a little update about the CNN blackmail issue. I found some more information to confirm that the victim actually was 15, and so it says this was not written by Roland Freisler, Pol Pot, or Lavrent Beria. The author is Andrew Kaczynski of CNN. CNN is not publishing Han Asshole Solo's name because he is a private citizen who had issued an extensive statement of apology, showed his remorse by saying he has taken down all his offending posts, and because he said he is not going to repeat this ugly behavior on social media again. In addition, he said his statement could serve as an example to others not to do the same. CNN reserves the right to publish his identity should any of that change. Clear blackmail, clear threat here. And all this guy did was post, Vince McMahon getting, effectively slammed to the ground by Donald Trump in the, WWE, and he changed Vince McMahon's head. He put a CNN logo over Vince McMahon's head. I mean, that's all the guy did. And here it says, here's where we are in the United States of America. A major news organization forces citizens to express remorse for humor. This is Andrew Kaczynski, K-File. As I predicted, he looks utterly sinister. To me, K-File looks like a member of Saddam Hussein's intelligence service, the Mukhabarat. K-File would have you believe that CNN is merely protecting itself from the evil president. Well, K-File is a liar. What the hell was Trump doing in 2015 that made Kaczynski post this? And, they're making Trump look like or they combined Trump and Hillary Clinton there, so. Obviously, Andrew Kaczynski is obsessed with Donald Trump. Why? Before Trump announced his candidacy, I didn't know anything about him except that he was rich and outspoken. Do some research on Andrew Kaczynski. He's completely insane. His politics define him. How could anyone choose to be him? What's funny is that this vain, somewhat Dracula-looking weirdo doesn't understand the damage he just did to CNN. In the United States, a private citizen had to express remorse to the news agency. Left out was the word proper remorse. Otto Warmbier issuing his tearful apology for taking down a poster. An American citizen's tearful apology for making fun of CNN. First of all, I would like to apologize to the members of the Reddit community for getting this site and this sub embroiled in a controversy that should never have happened, he wrote. I would also like to apologize for the posts made that were racist, bigoted, and anti-Semitic. I am in no way this kind of person. I love and accept people of all walks of life and have done so for my entire life. I am not the person that the media portrays me to be in real life. I was trolling and posting things to get a reaction from the subs on Reddit and never meant any of the hateful things I said in these posts. I would never support any kind of violence or actions against others simply for what they believe in, their religion, or their lifestyle they choose to have. Nor would I carry out any violence against anyone based upon that or support anyone who did. Sounds pretty damn similar, doesn't it? Where Americans in the past, including Otto Warmbier, have issued tearful apologies for the crimes they've committed, which seem forced upon them, shall we say. And that, do you really think a private citizen worded it this way? I mean, come on. This is not how average people apologize. This is a statement issued by CNN to this person to put out as their own apology. That's certainly what it sounds like anyways. CNN made him cover bases, didn't they? Ever read Orwell's 1984? CNN put an American in Room 101 for joking about them. Room 101 is the torture chamber of the Ministry of Love, where people guilty of thought crime are taken. In Room 101, thought criminals are subjected to their worst fears. That's what CNN did to a private citizen. And it says, after posting his apology, Han Asshole Solo called CNN's K-File and confirmed his identity. In the interview, Han Asshole Solo sounded nervous about his identity being revealed and asked to not be named out of fear for his personal safety and for the public embarrassment it would bring to him and his family. CNN is not, so he's literally fearing for his safety on this. CNN is not publishing Han Asshole Solo's name because he is a private citizen who has issued an extensive statement of apology, showed his remorse by saying he has taken down all his offending posts, and because he said he is not going to repeat this ugly behavior on social media again. In addition, he said that his statement could serve as an example to others not to do the same, a clear threat by CNN to others. CNN reserves the right to publish his identity should any of that change. Does CNN realize the war that they started here is now against their own viewers? It's against the American people, and they're not going to know who's viewing them and who's not. This is not going to end well for CNN. The man's worst fear is that his identity will be revealed. CNN reserves the right to identify him. We are there, ladies and gentlemen. We have arrived at an Orwellian dystopia. Orwell didn't know that the press would create a world in which citizens had to apologize for jokes. This is CNN. And then it's a video of the protesters injured outside a Turkish embassy. That's the government. This is CNN. Mars attacks, don't run, we are your friends. By the way, I've followed this guy on previous stuff. He has excellent reporting. CNN is doing what Antifa does. Antifa justifies its attacks on dissenters by claiming that words are violence. When Antifa does this, it's self-defense because words are violence. CNN and Andrew Kaczynski claim that a video is violence. Not in plain language, of course. The rationale for putting an American citizen in Room 101 is that the image of Trump punching CNN could lead to violence. Of course, that hasn't led to any violence yet. Never mind that the press has fanned the flames of assassination fantasy since the night of November 8th, 2016. And I would argue previous to that even. But I think November 8th is, I guess that's a good enough date. Andrew Kaczynski is a totalitarian son of a bitch who attacks only those who can't defend themselves. My name is public. Reporters tried to destroy my reputation in 2014 because I defended Israel. I naively gave an interview. Tripping over the words a little bit now. There was no father. The global media published photos of a young Palestinian man stained with the blood of his father, who died in an Israeli airstrike. There was no father. So it was, one of those made-up issues, which there's a long history in Syria and Palestine of basically them framing others. My writing career imploded, so I became an investor. It was a massive blessing in disguise. I now have nothing to lose. CNN and Andrew Kaczynski won't come after me. They can't make me express remorse, so they'll ignore me. The rest of you? Just hold on. Bannon and Trump said the mainstream press will be dead within 2 years. The vampiric deranged. Oh, wouldn't that be gorgeous? You know, I want a media that, you know, reports on the news and in an honest way. And, you know, I don't want media to die or anything like that, because the media is important. But what CNN is doing is not, you can't even call them a news outlet. They're not even really media. They're propaganda. I don't really, do you consider a propaganda outlet to be media? I don't. So I would be perfectly fine with CNN collapsing at this point. They crossed a line that went way too far here. And they have a long history of just pushing propaganda and, you know, and everything. So CNN's history of action really is, there needs to be some action taken against them. Maybe Trump will kick him out of the White House or some, you know, out of the press conferences in the White House. Who knows? But I wouldn't mind that at this point. There's other outlets that can better serve the public than CNN. Just hold on. Bannon and Trump said the mainstream press will be dead within 2 years. The vampiric deranged bastard Andrew Kaczynski is proving that 2 years was a conservative estimate. I made a pun. Ha! Addendum. Can't make this up. Lisa Hoffman demands denunciation in response to my screed about Orwellian thought crime. What is revealing is the overwrought outrage over the inartful CNN post. Absent, like it matters if it's inartful or not. But suddenly they're against calling things art, huh? Absent isn't any outrage over what the kid posted. No denunciation. So let's continue. Oh, you mean you didn't mind the scum pits for hours and individually disavow on Twitter every racist or anti-Semitic post on Reddit? I don't even go to Reddit. Leftists now are only about words. Well, I don't give a damn about words. And I've been called every name in the book. All I care about is actions. I never tell others how to feel about words. If Jewish people take offense at what this guy did, that's their right. All I'm saying is that I myself am indifferent to words. Because this guy made some other posts that were like racist, apparently. And bigoted, if you want to use that term, in general. But, you know, of course, that's not why he's popular. He's popular because of that one meme. When I was a music journalist, I went to a restaurant in West Hollywood with several people you know. They all immediately started jabbering loudly about gays, using every slur you can imagine. The waiters keep bringing us drinks, but nobody took our orders for dinner. I was 5 years sober by then, so I was drinking Diet Cokes. Finally, I went and found our waiter, a muscular young man. Have you seen that I'm not taking part in all that crap at my table? I asked. We've all seen that, he said. So are you boycotting our table? I asked. Absolutely, he said. I therefore left. The others stayed, ran up an $800 beverage bill, and had to take taxis home because they were so drunk. Tons of people asked me why I didn't speak out to stop the gay bashing. Well, because the waiters took care of it. These were all grown men who could have twisted my head around backwards. They were so muscular. I don't denounce rhetoric. That way lies fascism, as we're seeing more and more clearly. The penalty of those guys at the table is to be who they are. And then, so that's what you have there. So, I mean, this guy makes a solid argument for why you should look at actions, not rhetoric, and how terrible CNN is being, basically. But wait, there's more. Here is the CNN Um, here are the CNN's advertisers, and people are contacting them for going after this guy and trying to get these advertisers to drop CNN. I mean, there's some big ones like McDonald's and Men's Warehouse, Expedia, ExxonMobil, Hewlett Packard. I mean, these are some big names that I'm sure interesting. AT&T is on here. Then I wanted to show you one last thing. If I can, I accidentally closed it. So I'm going to go down here real quick. So it says that a user on 4chan, I don't know if you can read that, but they said they doxed a 15-year-old kid. Some people went through the post and checked on Facebook, and he's 15. Tough guys over at CNN going after a 15-year-old. So if you consider this confirmation that other people are claiming to have looked at the Reddit post before they were deleted, then going over to his Facebook, checking that he was 15, and or checking his profile and seeing that he was actually 15. So just amazing, isn't it? We're at a point in America where 15-year-olds are being blackmailed by CNN, and they're giving minors apologies to issue while threatening them, if you don't comply, we're gonna release your information. Jesus. Anyways, have a good one, guys.